Okay, today, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to tell you how you can beat better players. So 7 tips that will help you to beat players that are actually better than you, because it's possible. You just have to play smarter than them. And these 7 ways can actually help you outsmart your opponents. Today we're at Noordwijkerhout and we're going to start right now. Oké. Ah, lekker boelie! And we have sales on justpadel.com.
I like it.
You like it? Ah, good match. You actually want to make the rallies longer than normal, because I think you don't want to make any mistakes, because you don't want to show what works well against you. Because if they are better than you, it's probably that they know your weakness earlier than you know their weakness. So what I would recommend is to start to score slow. So try to slow down in the middle, try to make an angle, try to slow down in defense or to play the lob. So try to get the pace out of the ball. Then tip number 2, make them move. So if they're at the net, make sure to play in front of them and behind them. Don't make them run from left to right when they're at the net. You don't want to do that. I will go deeper in that later in this video why you would not do that. If they're at the back, you need to make sure that you're playing to the fence or to the middle. Make them move. Or when they are good with the glass, okay, fine, let them use the corner like a few times, because they probably get a little bit stressed if you play those balls in the corner. So what I would recommend is to play a safe acceleration so that you're not playing too fast. Play a kind of speed that you can control the ball and just make them move. Make the rallies as long as you possibly can. Don't try to finish the point early, because you need to find a way to find their weakness. And if you keep making mistakes, you will never find their weakness and you're going to lose very quickly. Tip number 3 would be to serve really, really well. So with your serve is the way to start the point. So it's actually a very good idea to focus a lot on your serve, also to get a high percentage. So get at least 80% of your serves in. Make sure when you play your serves to play like good in the middle. Play deep on the feet, so play around here so they get balls into their body, which I think is one of the best ones, to hit this part of the glass. Because if you hit this part of the glass, it is quite difficult for them to play a good return, because they're gonna be very troubled when defending your serve. So I would try to focus a lot on your serve, because if you can keep your service game, there is not so much stress going on. But if you start serving bad and you're gonna make mistakes, you're gonna be in trouble. Tip number 4 is find a workable return. So sometimes when I play against better players, my quick return doesn't work anymore, because they're on the net and they poach everything and they use my speed against me. So when I play against good paddle players, I need to return softer. Or I need to find a way to play the lob from the return. So recently I played a match with Lasse. I will try to upload it soon, or maybe it's already uploaded whenever you see this video. So there are a few returns that you can do. You can either return quickly, you can play to the guy that is serving, so play on the feet, or to play straight on the guy that is already at the net and then play like fast into the body. So for me, if I'm playing against players that are better than me, so I would say like top 30, 40 in the Netherlands, I try to play either very quick, but super quick into the body, so they have to block it, or to find a way to play the lob from the return. Because if I can lob from the return, I can breathe. And normally, because my defense is my best part of the game, I'm still comfortable whenever they attack me in the corners. And if they play the vibra from the service line, I'm actually more comfortable than whenever they play a volley from closer to the net. So I would recommend to find a return that works well, and to kind of know, okay, whenever I return fast, we are losing points. Whenever I return slow, we're winning points. Whenever I play the lob return, they kill us with the smash. Or today, I don't feel the lob, okay, play your return down, but make sure to find a workable return. So in every category on the court, transition, net play, defensive part, you need to kind of analyze where you win and where you lose the points, and then construct your tactic on that. And by staying in the ready longer, you get information quicker, which helps you to win the match. Find their weak spots. So if you warm up against better players, make sure to test them. So try to play fast from the back, try to play some lobs, try to play on their right shoulder, try to play a high lob, try to feed them, and when you're at the net, try to feed low balls or before the glass, find out if they're better with the glass than without the glass. Try to aim in the corners to see how they're going to solve those shots, and then construct your tactic on that, because everybody has a weak spot. You just need to find it. Yeah. So I think this kind of video is all about finding the weak spot of the opponent, and I know that you might think, hey, these guys, every single shot of them is better than mine. Okay, but if my forehand is decent and their forehand is also decent, but their forehand from the glass is not so good, just play the ball there, and maybe you can find a shot which one works for you, or you don't have to play maybe so fast. You can also play softer shots, and you can win those points. So it's all about finding the weak spot. Tip number 6, defense. If you play here, ladies and gentlemen, you can win a point against number 1 of the world. If you play against Cuello or Tapia, play here, because it will always be a kind of gambling. It could go up when you hit the defense, but it's much more challenging to defend the fence. So what I would highly recommend, if you are at the net, to slow down your volleys. I think what happens a lot if you play against better players, that you're kind of blocking everything. But if you try to slow down, or you're able to block to defense, you can win a lot of points, because they will struggle. If they play on your backhand, play to defense. If you're playing on the right side, they play to your forehand, play on the fence. If you have a high ball, maybe instead of playing those fibras, play ganchos, play smashes to the fence. You can win so many points by playing to the fence. It's just one of the most, I think it's for most players very difficult to defend. And also, if you play to defense like a lot, many players are gonna try to defend that shot. They're gonna go here, and then you have more options to slow down or to play in the center. So by playing more shots in like constructing, because I think if you play against better opponents, you have to construct for a longer period of time. So you need to play more shots in order to get a shot that you can beat them. But if you keep playing like too safe, you will never win the point. But if you play some balls to the fence, they might struggle if you fake it and you play to the middle or to the corner. It's just about making them move and trying to let them guess. So play a softer pace so you can make those angles. Last tip, and if you defend, this is going to work well, to play more in the center. So if you play against a right-handed forehand player, play on his backhand, because it's going to be the safest option for you at the back. It also gets the speed like much more out of the game. And this is a very difficult ball to play in the corner, so you will not get so stressed because they play really well in the corner. So if you play on the left, try to play on the forehand volley here. If you play it lower than the net and you can play it down in the pocket or into the body, it's a very good option. So you kind of have the same thing. So this forehand, or especially if you can play it into the body, this angle is so difficult to make. So you kind of get an easy ball back and you can chill out at the defense, and that will help you to avoid making mistakes and also helps you to take the net. And if you can take the net, you can win the game. If you can take the net, you can win the game. If you cannot take the net, you're gonna lose. So you need to find a way that they cannot hurt you at the back, and then you can start to take over the net. Because if they're killing you with the volleys, it's so tough to play a lob. You need to play down, 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 down. And maybe you're playing to the backhand of the backhand player, so they play to your fence, or they can play to the middle, they can play to the corner. They have so many options. Or you play against the forehand player, they can play to the fence, they play to the corner, they can play to the middle, they can even play straight. They have everything. If you play against the lefty, you can also play cross to the forehand. Just be careful with playing straight. So if they are playing from closer to the net, they're gonna hurt a lot with the forehand volley, and they probably hurt more than me, if you look at my technique. So then it would be better to lob this player. So maybe one bonus tip that I can give you is they could also have a positional weakness. So maybe they are really good in standing close to the net and they kill you, but because of that there's a lot of space behind them. So one of their weaknesses could be technique, could be tactics, could be position, could be mental game. Yeah, maybe one of the players gets upset because they're not receiving any ball. So there are many ways that you can beat better players, and I want you to know that if you slow down and calm down in your mind and construct a good tactic, you can beat against better players. And this is maybe my strength, because I can win against way better players than me without like playing so many matches, but I need to kind of slow down the game to make them make mistakes. If I keep playing in their rhythm, I'm gonna lose. So I need to find a way to break the rhythm, to break their patterns and to let them make mistakes, and also stay calm. You can beat better players. Stay calm, stay smart, and subscribe. If you subscribe, you probably win against better players tomorrow. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next episode. Hasta luego, ciao, adios.